Spy Kids Armageddon. Yeah, who realized this movie was coming out? Raise your hand. I'm probably seeing 0 hands raised in the comments. But this is the latest entry into a lost franchise from Robert Rodriguez. Of course, he directed this bad boy. You have Zachary, Levi, and Gina Rodriguez joining the cast here. When the children of the world's greatest secret agents unwittingly help a powerful game developer unleash a computer virus that gives him control of all technology, they must become spies themselves to save their parents and the world. Now wait a minute, am I reviewing Spy Kids 4 or am I reviewing the original Spy Kids? Seriously, the kids come from a family of secret agents and now they have to become agents themselves to basically save the world from this evil guy. It's the same exact movie. Now that might be a blanket criticism for a lot of people because yes, the Armageddon code and the whole virus idea in this movie, I think that's pretty cool. And the fact that this very over-the-top villain can actually use this code to brainwash the majority of the Earth, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of a fan of this concept. As I am a fan of Robert Rodriguez as a director. Now, he has been known in the past, especially going into the mid-2000s, he is a very efficient and quick filmmaker. It is really hard to look back at Robert Rodriguez and what he's contributed to the industry and at least not be impressed by what he's trying to do. And you also gotta admit, just looking at his history, this guy adores children. Matter of fact, he dedicated a whole movie to his son, Racer Max, and his dreams. And now his grown-up son, Racer Max, is helping him write this one. Talk about a full circle moment there. Now, growing up, I thought Spy Kids was cool and all, but that was not my Robert Rodriguez jam. That would have been The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which I definitely recognize sitting here as a 26-year-old man. It's not a great movie at all. Matter of fact, I can sit here and call Shark Boy and Lava Girl laughably bad. But at least with Shark Boy and Lava Girl, I got some semblance of entertainment out of that as a little kid. Spy Kids Armageddon, I can barely see resonating with a young audience. Because I'll be honest, if I had kids and I showed them this movie, they would probably be really bored by it. Because aside from our 2 main young actors who are giving it their all with their enthusiasm, everyone else just seems incredibly bored by this material. Zachary, Levi, and Gina Rodriguez are both very likable people. And they're both very charismatic and likable actors. I don't think I've ever seen a more phoned-in performance from Zachary Levi in his entire life. Same thing with Gina Rodriguez. Like, I don't know what it was. This, to me, felt like a humongous paycheck for both of these guys. But when you look at the material that's been given to them, and with how boring and how cringe a lot of this dialogue actually is if you listen to it, I don't really blame them. Now, some of you might be looking at me thinking, Zach, this is a movie for kids, right? You would expect a lot of this dialogue to kind of hold your hand through it. Has anybody not sat through Disney movies lately? Yeah, there's some that definitely hammer in the message, but there's a good semblance of maturity there and trust in the audience. This movie, I feel like, just assumes their entire audience that watches it is dumb. So it will give you every little piece of exposition that it can, while also giving you some of the lamest humor. Like, I didn't crack a smile one time. Like, the jokes are bad. The action in this movie also ridiculously bland. Like, I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a faker fight in a movie in my life. This is coming from someone who watches WWE, which people claim to be fake, but people actually, you know, they do get hurt in that. I legit felt like there was no danger throughout Armageddon, which is very weird saying that. Armageddon being the subtitle, which is supposed to be an apocalyptic term, the end-all be-all, the end is here. But instead, this Spy Kids movie to me feels very by the numbers, very bland, very one note. And not to mention, this CGI is certainly a signature of Robert Rodriguez flicks, especially when you look at the past 3 Spy Kids movies that you've gotten. And in Shark Boy and Lava Girl, it is especially prevalent. You get the same style of CGI here, the 3-dimensional blocky texture. And I'm sorry, as much as I respect Rodriguez's ambition, the look and feel of this movie and the overall production design, this thing feels like it's about 15 years past its expiration date. Like, there's nothing that looks very appealing about this movie at all to me. So, as unfortunate as it is to say, as much as I wanted to like this movie and give it some semblance of a pass, because I do know that this is a movie that is catered more for families, and while it does have a cool villainous concept with the Armageddon virus brainwashing the entire world, the script and the overall board performances don't do that concept enough justice. So my recommendation would be, if you see this on Netflix, if you're having trouble putting your young kids to sleep, this is certainly a way to do it. I'm going to give Spy Kids Armageddon a D+. There's only one thing that would have made this movie worse, and that would be if Michael Bay directed this movie and put in a bunch of his crappy CGI explosions. Second chance at Armageddon? Yeah, fat chance. Let me know what you thought of this movie down in the comments section below. What did you think of Spy Kids? Did you grow up with it? Did you grow up with Shark Boy and Lava Girl like I did? Guys, I love discussing all new things in movies and entertainment on the regular. If you're new, welcome to the family. Do consider subscribing and tap on that thumbs up as well. Really helps drive this content out there to more lovely viewers like you. And it really helps continue to grow this amazing community that we already are over here. Guys, stay tuned for more videos very soon, including the start of my Halloween special. I can't wait to reveal what's on this year's list. Stay tuned for the first entry, October 1st. You're not going to want to miss it. It's a classic. So with all that being said, back talk, commence.